Welcome to the program. There was a shocking piece of audio from the Five yesterday on Fox News. I don't even know. Can we say he said the C word? Well, not that C word.
Was it CH? Sure. It was the CH word.
It was the CH word.
Yeah, that's what we have to call it now.
Go ahead. If you don't know what we're talking about, just think of all the CH words that you might, and it's not Christmas or Christ or Christian
chip.
or chimp. Just keep thinking. Keep thinking. It caused a gasp at the Huffington Post.
Throughout the entire office, we're told.
They were like, first of all, it was what's his name? Bob Beckel?
Yeah.
I mean, you're shocked by anything Bob Beckel might say.
Hasn't he used the F-bomb in the air multiple times?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's not really, he's the kind of guy who's still like, them Krauts are a problem. He's like living in 1943, so I'm not really shocked.
Them damn Ruskies.
Those Ruskies and the Krauts. But he used, I hate to even say it.
I wouldn't let him say it. Let him do the damage.
Let him do the damage? It would do too much damage to our career?
I think so. I mean, it's incredibly risky.
Do we dare let anyone say it?
Probably not. You know what?
Probably not.
We're just going to let you know that it was the CH word that is no longer allowed to be said. It's the CH word. And by the way,
begins in Ina after the CH and ends in men.
Wow.
Too much. Too much
information.
Too close to the fire.
Can we edit that out? Oh, damn, we're live. Okay.
Should we play his actual word usage here?
I think we should. We can, but we should note to the FCC that you're playing it.
Can I tell you something? When I heard last week that we're talking now about banning the I word.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what the I word is. I can't say it now because but you think of the I word. You know what the I word is. Right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, so when we thought, I thought Imus has been the only politically correct. He's been the I man the whole time. Mm-hmm. So we don't even have to use that nasty four-letter word that is his name.
Right.
He's the I man because he's known he's politically incorrect and should be banned.
Well, is it okay to describe a sickness as ill? You're ill. And then the symbol of our country, as far as a bird goes, would be the eagle.
Oh, my gosh.
If you were to say a sick bird, that is the I word. Do you understand?
So stupid that you have to talk around all this stuff now.
No, we don't have to. I want you to know illegal. We don't have to.
But I mean, there are many words that you do have to talk around. You can't just say them anymore. Not even in description of someone else saying
which is ridiculous. We're burning books one word at a time.
Yeah, we really are.
We're burning books one. That's why you don't have anybody reading Mark Twain anymore. Mark Twain is one of the greatest authors of American history. He lived in a different time. And yes, it is really hard to read a Mark Twain book because of the N-word. And you have to have a conversation with your kids as you're reading it to them. And I think that's a really good thing. So they know. They know. Different time. Looked at people differently. Have those conversations with your kids, and they're like, wait, people did what? Yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it? We've come a long way. It shows you. It gives you the opportunity to show that we've changed. This is good. But instead, let's not talk about it. Let's just keep that in the closet. Shh, quiet. Shh, quiet. That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Bob's word, though, was I guess it was a bad word in the 1800s, right?
Well,
wasn't it
Chinese.
used as a slur? I don't know if it's been used as a slur in the 20th or 21st century.
Quite honestly, since people from China stopped wearing wooden shoes and those big plate hats. Mm-hmm. I mean, because that's what that word sounds like. But that's Bob Beckel. It is kraut. It's like, yeah, them krauts, huh? That's what that is. Yeah. He's living in like 1941. And so he's like your grandfather or maybe your great-grandfather when he was drunk all the time. that, you're just like, okay, he's embarrassing. You're like, okay, Grandpa, all right, okay, we'll see you next week. That's kind of what Bob Beckel is. And so you kind of feel bad for him because I don't think he didn't mean it did he? I mean, he doesn't seem to be a nice guy, but I don't know him. He might be a very fine man. A very fine man.
That's very convincing.
I like that the story describes Beckel as, or at least the Huffington Post said, the left-leaning news website also notes that Beckel once referred to white people as, quote, crackers, unquote. And after he went swimming one time, his eyes blew up and it made me look Oriental. He's really also said those things. I mean, he is
a really good
stupid.
description of him.
He is.
Yeah,
stupid.
I mean, he is really, honestly. He reminds me of my Uncle Bob, who I was really afraid of. I didn't ever spend any time around Uncle Bob because he always scared the crap out of me. But he kind of looks like my Uncle Bob, and my Uncle Bob was always drunk and always just kind of like, okay, I think he might kill the whole family soon. And, he just kind of avoided Uncle Bob. That's who he is.
Yeah,
He's Uncle Bob.
He is your face of progressivism, isn't he? He's the face of progressivism here. I mean, that is, it's that sort of he's more honest about it. He's just coming out and he's saying progressives would be derisive to people all the time, and they are, typically, to conservatives. But, Bob Beckel just lets it fly to everybody. But he's the same guy. He believes the same things. I mean, listen to him. You can't find any space between him and every other liberal on television.
And I'd rather have him be that way.
Yeah.
I'd rather have him be that way. So you know exactly who he is. Why shut him up? You think shutting him up on television is going to change the way he is in real life? It's only going to make him more bitter. It's only going to make him go, bartender, another one.
No, but Glenn, there's no place in our society for that type of language. There's no place in our society for that. So if he wants to go home and mumble these words to himself, that's fine. But the rest of us in society, don't need to hear it.
That is crazy.
But that's the viewpoint of the left now.
That is crazy.
There's no place in society. How many times have we heard that expression? There's no place in society for that.
You don't get
really
to
why?
Make that determination.
Yeah, you don't. Because in America, there is a place for people like that. They can say those things without fear of political retribution or
and you know what?
Losing your job, supposedly, but that's not the case anymore.
And you know what? You let people stand on their own 2 feet. Look, it's just if you're likable, if you're in the mainstream, you're gonna rise to the top. If you're Bob Beckel, you'll be an anchor. I mean that as a news anchor, of course.
Of course,
you'll be an anchor, and that's just the way it is. People will come to you because they'll genuinely like you or not. You can't fake who you are. Stop making him fake who he is. This is who he is.
Good. I've said all along, as bad as Islamist terrorists are as a threat to this country, the Chinese are the single biggest threat to the national security of the United States. They have been, and they will be, and they can wait. They're very patient. You know what they just did? As usual, we bring them over here, and we teach a bunch of Chinese people how to use.
I'm surprised he actually corrected himself.
Yeah,
he actually did correct himself.
Because he's used to saying.
Oh yeah, Chinaman.
I mean, when's the last time anyone said Chinaman? Well, really, honestly,
I think it was
1890.
Man, it's more like 1867. I think.
Look at those Chinamen over there. Well, who says that?
Nobody.
Nobody says that. It's it kills me. All these people who say that we're racist, all these people who are 70 years old that are claiming that everybody else underneath them are all racist. Guys, we didn't grow up in the era that you did where you were using Chinamen. Nobody I know uses that. Nobody.
The rest of the people around that panel are all conservatives, and they're all grimacing after he says it. They know better than to say that, and Bob obviously does too, but he uses it so much in his private life, it just came out on the air.
I don't even know the history of that word turning negative, or I don't know.
Oh, I do.
It's
bad.
You probably do.
It's bad.
But that's kind of the point I'm making is that you who study history and you're very interested in messaging and semantics and things like that have looked at that. I've never heard anyone use it in really any way.
No. I've never heard it being used. Somebody call Jeremy upstairs in the library and see if in the safe I have the Chinaman files.
But you wouldn't think that that's a slur because it's a man from China, right? That's what you're saying.
No, but
it would be like saying American man.
I actually have a file on Chinaman, on how it was used, how we taught people that Chinamen should be feared, and it is from the 1800s. It's from the mid 1800s
when they were building the railroads. Right?
Yeah, when they were building the railroads, and we thought they were going to bring their evil godlessness here to America, whatever. And so there was a real effort to do some propaganda against the quote Chinaman. Okay, so it is horrible. It really is horrible. But I don't know anyone who knows that except historians or racists. That's it. I mean, I've never used that word before. Yeah. Bob is like, Chinaman. I mean, he knew the history, and he knew it was wrong.
He knew it was wrong. I don't know if he knows the history.
When you say the Chinaman, though, to me, like when I hear it, and it does have that ring of like something you're not supposed to say. I just don't know why. I don't know.
Because of the history of it,
right?
Only because of the history of it. But we're not teaching. We can't teach history.
Well, you can't. You'd have to say the CH word.
Yeah, and kids. Here's a word you shouldn't use because it's really racist. It's the CH word. Now you figure it out from there. What? What?
So do we know what is more offensive? Is it Chinamen or Redskins? Which one is more of a slur?
Which one?
I forgot.
Which one gives more money to the Republican causes?
Oh wow, Redskins is really offensive now.
Okay, yeah,
now
that's how you decide. Okay. That's how you would decide.